Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is More on the Road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. Nothing but more is all what we are about. We're live at Zion Travel Missionary Baptist Church, 923 West Pearl Street. Just out here fellowshipping, doing a little something for the Lord. The Lord has blessed us this opportunity to do what we do here at Zion Travel Missionary Baptist Church. We're here doing the Lord's will. After service since COVID hit our pastors, our pastor has been with us, and such as doing things more into the community, whereas we're being involved in the community, doing outreach, just doing God's will. That is something that our pastor, he challenged us to do, and some of us we accepted the challenge. So now it's time for us to go out and do what we were asked to do. Now I know we're having a little technical difficulties right now, but hey, that is part of life. But hey, life must go. God still, or God will is still. So again, we're here live at Zion Tribe Missionary Baptist Church, 925 West Pearl Street, doing a community outreach. We're feeding the community. So if you're here nearby in Jackson, 925, on the corner of the Robert Smith Parkway and Rose Street here, downtown Jackson, right around the corner from I love the greatest university in the state of Mississippi, Jackson State University. I know that there's the graduation celebration going on for our undergrads. They're receiving their degrees this morning. Kudos to those guys. And ladies and gents, kudos to them and wish them well on their endeavors and pray that the Lord continue to bless them in all that they do. Yesterday was the master's program, the specialist program, the doctorate, anything above a master's and above. They're receiving their degrees on yesterday. So now it is the undergrads to receive their degrees. So we wish them well in what they're doing. So kudos to those 5, 4, 5, 3, some hard work. So however long it took them for them to do their work, wish them well. Congratulations on what they've done. So go ahead and get their work done. Go ahead and celebrate this day. Celebrate this day and go ahead and be awesome. That's the way that the Lord has made you do, to just continue to be awesome. Go ahead and do what you have to do. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate as guys, what's the song? To celebrate. Good time and come on. We celebrate the celebration. I'm not a singer, so don't think that I'm gonna get up and sing a song for y'all. I am not, so don't hold me to that. Again, we're here live at Zion Tribe Missionary Baptist Church, where we're performing an outreach program. Well, we're feeding the community. Right here, have some of our associate pastors, ministers. We're out here doing God's will, what He asks us to do. So we're here doing that and celebrating and feeding the community. Now, I definitely want to talk to you guys about what's going on and about this basketball stuff. Basketball, the NBA playoffs are going on. Man, I know y'all saw some exciting games yesterday. Let's kind of transition over to the NBA playoffs. Uh, Man, I was looking at the Eastern Conference. The Miami Heat are going to take on the New York Knicks. The Heat defeated the Cavs in 5 games, and the Heat defeated the Bucks in 5 games. Now, it was very shocking. Everyone looking at the Bucks were the top team. The Bucks were the number one team in the Eastern Conference, and they were expected to play in the NBA Finals. That's what some of the analysts, whatever, they expected them to play in the finals. However, the Heat saw something different. Now, I'm a Bulls fan. The Heat put the Bulls out in the playing game. The Bulls defeated the Raptors and then had to travel to Miami and lost to the Heat. But it's supposed to be the Bulls playing against the Bucks and defeating the Bucks in 5. But hey, it is what it is. The Heat won, so the Heat and the Knickerbockers are playing advance on to the next round. And moving on, the 76ers swept the Knicks. The Brooklyn Nets were put into the dustpan by the Philadelphia 76ers, in which they were the other team that people were looking at to play in the finals. Either out on the eastern side, the Bucks, the 76ers, and the Celtics. Right now, the 76ers and the Celtics are facing each other. Again, the 76ers swept the Nets, and the Celtics defeated the Hawks in 6. Interesting with the Hawks game, I know that there was a mix-up with scheduling for this past game, Game 6. Some people didn't think that the Hawks were going to get that far, or they thought that the Hawks were going to beat the Celtics. Even who anyway, the Hawks extended to Game 6, and there was a mix-up on the scheduling. They scheduled the Janet Jackson tour on the same day that the Hawks had a game, so you know who got booted. But hey, I feel for those individuals that purchased their tickets to see Janet Jackson in Atlanta, and they got booted to another day, or I think they moved. I'm not sure. They either got booted, or they moved to another unit. They moved to another facility to hold the concert. Now I know that you may hear something going on. Going on again. We're out here at Zion Child Missionary Baptist Church, where we continue to give God all the praise and the glory. We're here out here fellowshipping and feeding the community again, just doing God's will. You ask me why am I not out there feeding? I'm back here talking to you guys. I know our show normally starts at 11 a.m., but we had to kind of put it up a little early today, since we was going to go live from this facility, this location, and the rain may have a little different for us to do what we have to do. So we have to make adjustments again on the fly and do things. So that's why we're up 30 minutes early, because we wanted to come out here and fellowship um, with the community outreach, as well as try to beat the rain, because it's scheduled to rain sometime today. But I was prepared for it. I had my tent, I got my stuff, I got all my gear ready to roll. So we were prepared for it. But I tried to go ahead and beat this rain. But again, to talk back to basketball, again, the 76ers will be playing against the Boston Celtics. The 76ers swept the Knicks, and the Celtics defeated the Hawks in 6 games. Now let's go over to the Western Conference side. The Denver Nuggets defeated the Timberwolves in 5 games, and the Phoenix Suns defeated the Clippers in 5 games. So now we got the Nuggets and the Suns, and whom I think I'm looking at the Suns to win that side. But it's who to say. You never know. And we still have a game extension. The Kings and the Warriors. I think that game is going to, yes, it is going to 7. The Kings defeated the Warriors last night to extend the game out. So the Warriors thought they were finished, but the Kings said no, they got something different. The last time I heard with the Kings, this was back in the late '90s when they had Chris Webber. That's the last time the Kings were, in my opinion, were a relevant team. But Chris Webber was there, but the Kings are making a come up. They made the playoffs, so they're making it. They're making some moves down in Sacramento. So wish the Kings well, but everybody's pulling for the Warriors to pull that out. Now let's talk about the exciting game: the Memphis Grizzlies and the Los Angeles Lakers. That series. The Lakers were in a playing game, and they extended and they won. And so now the Lakers are playing against the Grizzlies, in which the Lakers had defeated the Grizzlies in 6. So that series is over. The Lakers are moving on, and they're waiting on the Kings and the Warriors series. So kudos to LeBron and the Lakers. Well, I'm not gonna say LeBron, because LeBron is not the only player on the Lakers. Kudos to the Lakers and wish them well. They don't know how far they're gonna go, or it's just their last stop. Who knows? So just take a look and see what the Lakers are gonna do. They're gonna play against the winners of the Kings and the Warriors. So that's it on the NBA playoff talk. So just really looking forward to the finals. There's a lot of good games playing on. So tune in to your local TV station, whether they're going to be on TBS or ABC. Tune in, whichever one. Tune in to watch some outstanding basketball. Now let's talk a little bit about the draft. Now I do not have the information of the draft from Friday. No, I know they had some good picks. The DB went to the Steelers. Butler went to the Steelers. Open up day 2 of the draft, and the quarterback from Kentucky. Can't really remember his name right now. Mentioned and talking about him yesterday, but just drawing a blank on mention his name. He was drafted by the Tennessee Titans. Levinson. Now, see, that is something interesting. They had the young man from Liberty, Willis, and they drafted him early last year in the 2nd round. Now they drafted Levis from Kentucky. So it's going to be a quarterback battle. So you see that the Titans are trying to make some adjustment with the young quarterback, somebody that they can build around. I don't think Will had opportunity to really show himself. He did, what he could do, but now he has competition on his side. So see what's going to take place, because he has competition now with Levinson from Kentucky. But I know the Tennessee Titans organization, what they're doing. They got Derrick Henry still in the background, who is aging, but you still can say he's still running the ball, doing what he's supposed to do. He's still running. So, but he is aging now. I'm gonna give him that. He is aging, and he's taking a pound and beating. He can only do that for so much, so long. So I know the Titans going to try to open up and look at their passing game, and which they do have a good receiver core, and now they're working on a quarterback. So they're definitely trying to build around that. So let's just see what happens when the season get kicked off. Day 3 of the draft, the fourth through the seventh round taking place today, which is about to get kicked off shortly. So tuned in to ESPN or NFL Network or whatever local channel that is broadcasting the draft, or go to Kansas City and see it for yourself live. Go down and enjoy them as they select those picks. Again, we're here live at Zion Tribe Missionary Baptist Church, 925 West Pearl Street. We're doing a community outreach where we're feeding the community. So if you're in the neighborhood of downtown Jackson, I know they got some events taking place. You got the undergrad graduation going on. You got the undergrad graduation going on. You have, I think, said the so you got a lot of events going on, and on something downtown Jackson in reference to plunging down for the junior children. I'm just drawing a blank on a lot of stuff right now. The hospital, they're having a plunge where you scale down the building, the Regions building downtown. So they're having a plunge down there. So they're looking to go ahead and do that, take place early today before the rain comes in. So you got a lot of events going on here in Jackson. Fundraiser, celebration. So definitely come on down to Jackson and enjoy what's going on. Again, talk back to the draft. The Carolina Panthers yesterday they selected Bryce Young as the number 1 pick out of Alabama. Then was followed by C.J. Stroud of Ohio State to the Houston Texans, and the Texans made a trade to jump up as well as get Will Anderson, edge rusher from Alabama. Now, some of the analysts and what they did their mock draft, they said that the Texans were going to take Will Anderson at their first pick, but they went and took C.J. Stroud. So they're looking to develop on their offense and then as well as working the defense, in which the head coach, DeMarco Ryans, I hate that we lost DeMarco Ryans. He was the defensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers, but they took him. That's the second defensive coordinator that we have lost, besides from Robert, the previous years, and now we lost DeMarco Ryans. So upcoming next defensive coordinator, so hopefully you continue on that tradition, do well, and do what you have to do so that you can continue to develop San Francisco, the defense, as a Super Bowl caliber team, which they have the tools and weapons to do. But they're just still working on a few pieces that they need to get together. So hopefully they can get it and go ahead and continue on transition to the Super Bowl. That's what I'm looking for, San Francisco to be in the Super Bowl this year. But again, we was a game away from making to the Super Bowl. Lost to the Philadelphia Eagles. And reference to, man, we lost our first 2 quarterbacks and lost a backup quarterback. Then try to put in another quarterback. Then the backup quarterback had to come in. He couldn't throw. So you see what type of season that the 49ers had. But, hey, we got to take care of business. I know yesterday, the second and third round, well, actually the third round, they drafted a safety, in which, again, that's something that we definitely work on in secondary because that hurt us a lot. That hurt us a lot some in reference to our pass game. We had a good pass rushing and stopping the run, but we just had a little issue dealing with the deep passes, in which we kind of worked on that with the safety that was drafted, as well as a kicker. I think a kicker retired. Guy, I think he retired. So that's getting San Francisco and is making some decisions in reference to building up of the team. Again, we're here live at Zion Tribe Missionary Baptist Church having a community outreach. We got gentlemen here on the grill. You know how that goes when gentlemen get on the grill and they start talking and cooking and all that good stuff. So we're here at Zion Tribe Missionary Baptist Church where we're feeding the community. This is what we normally do on the last Saturday of the month. It's something we really started heavily this year due to COVID. Our pastor, God gave him a vision, and he's listened to what God asking him to do, and he passed information along to us as well, so that we can go ahead and feed the community, support the community. Because during that COVID time from 19 to, you can say, 2022, we were very secluded. We were closed in a lot, but God has blessed us to do what we do financially, uh, the work ethics. Now we have the ladies on the other side, and I would try to go around to that side so you can take a look and see what's going on. So yeah, that's what we're probably gonna do. We're gonna take a tour. We're gonna take a tour around the church so we can really show you what exactly is going on within the church. So you may see me get real close to the screen because I'm trying to set myself up where I can move around and take a look and show you exactly what's going on here at Zion Tribe Missionary Baptist Church. But again, back to the draft. The draft is still going on today, so we're going to really see what happened. They can select whom all ever they want, in my opinion. Again, this is my opinion. I think they can select whom they that's on the board. You can take the worst player on the board. It's all do you want to win. So as they continue to build these teams, they feel that they have a few pieces that they can work with. But it's all about who wants to win the most, in my opinion. Who really wants the most? Have you seen some sensation? Some not, but you've seen some late round picks, some 7 round picks, some free agent picks that could be Hall of Fame players. Again, about the position that you get, the pick that you get drafted in. It's all about what you do once you get there. So some of the free agents, they're probably been some of the best players to go out and do what they're supposed to do and came out to be successful. And you had some of your first round that came out and be successful. So you may see me fighting bugs as well. So excuse me. Again, we're outside. We're outside here at Zion Tribe Missionary Baptist Church, praising the Lord, doing what we do, doing God's will, doing His will, feeding the community, feeding the community, doing what He asks of us. So again, you may see me look down, look around because I'm trying to get some information together so I can be able to move around. But the NFL draft is taking on. But what really surprised me, the height of Anthony Richardson, or how he was drafted that high at number 4 by the Indianapolis Colts, in which they do need a quarterback. But I don't think that he produced like he was supposed to while he was in college. He was more of you can say more of a mobile guy running around doing all the good stuff. He's more of one of the mobile guys. But hey, you got that opportunity, so go ahead and shine. Do what you do what you do. And also a point that stands out. That's kind of what some would say that took place. All right, 3 quarterbacks were taken in the top 4 picks. 4 of the 5 picks were being represented by a Black American agent. I don't know. I know some people look at that and they'll say, no, that is something that has never happened. That is something that's about to start taking place now. So Black Americans, even females, have female agents. Kudos to, man, I'm just drawing a blank on people's names right now. I guess I gotta get my juices and stuff up. Again, this is More on the Road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. Nothing but more. If you'd like more information, you can find us out. Look on the website at www.mms-management.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on YouTube, subscribe us on YouTube. I would advise go to the website to get the YouTube link, because if you go do search, you type in More and More Sports Management, more and more sports is going to come up, and it's not particularly us, but it's got a lot of sports things going to come up. To get directly to our links, I would advise go to our website, www.mms-management.com, to get directly to our links and stuff in our social media profile. Now, again, some people pointed that out. Kudos to them. Agent Lynn, that's what Lynn. Wish them well what they're doing. Hey, represent those guys well. Give them good guidance. Lead them in the right direction. Don't try to detour them to, as in a few years, like where are they now? They had some bad financial deals. So I definitely would say work with them on that, because that's one thing I think that we're definitely lacking, especially with our professional athletes. Some of them get bad investment. Get bad intel about investment. So definitely lead them into the right direction. Get a strong team that can help them. And most people say, be God led. Definitely be led by God in reference to that. So congratulations to those individuals that are being drafted. I wish you guys well. Looking forward to seeing you guys play on Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and Mondays, whenever you have a game. Looking forward to it. Now, coming back local. Congratulations to Coach D. Anthony Benford, assistant coach at Tougaloo College. He was named the assistant coach of the year. The Gulf Coast Athletic Conference. He was named assistant coach of the year baseball team. D. Anthony Benford, congratulations to you guys. And Tougaloo's doing some outstanding things over there, especially in athletics, as well as they still continue to educate our next leadership. So kudos to you guys and wish you guys well. Definitely looking forward to what you guys do in the conference. I'm in the conference tournament, which is actually taking place. I think it's still taking place today, if I'm not mistaken. So wish you guys well. Now, let's definitely get to something that is really heavy on the heart. Again, we're here at Zion Tribe Missionary Baptist Church, where we're giving God all the praise, honor, and glory. We are here feeding the community, and you may hear some of the youth walk by. You may hear some individuals walk by, just talking, they're passing by the camera, and they're just coming to. I said be fed because that is something that God has blessed us as a community this day. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing now. I can go that way. That's what we're doing now. Feeding the camera crew. Yeah, y'all good. They were feeding the camera. But people get on camera. I always try to show in front of the camera. Just say, hey, keep on tickets. I know you may see me directing traffic and stuff, all that type of stuff. Again, we're sitting outside here at Zion Tribe Missionary Baptist Church, 925 West Pearl Street, where we're feeding the community. Again, we got gentlemen, some of our church members out here cooking, they're fellowshipping, praising God, and cooking some good food. Now, if you were here, you can smell it. I know that they were picking the ribs. We got some ribs and some rib tips going on, and the rib will fall off the bone. So that tell you that I don't know if it was good or what, but I know the stuff was just falling off the bone. So we're gonna go over this soon once we go ahead and get the link together, and go ahead and see if we can. And let me see if I can jump in here real quick. Let me see if we can jump in. I know you may see the gentleman over here that's cooking. So we have no copyright in reference to the music that you make here. So you may see it go in and out. So let me turn this down. So they got me in. So now you may see me walk around, look around. So I'm gonna jump off for a second, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do a little walking around. So you may see me talking to some people. So we're gonna jump on around. So let me move around. So again, we're here at Zion Tribe Missionary Baptist Church, 925 West Pearl Street. Now you're gonna see me walk around talking to some individuals. So just kind of go along with us. So let me turn the camera around. As I said, let me get this other camera. Video, back camera. There we go. All right, got the back camera. All right, so now again, you may see some good food coming around. So now as you can see that they're deboning the ribs right now, which it is looking, see how just easily just cutting, just falling off the bone. Now, see, may walk around, they may tell me get away from them right now because they don't want me to see what they're doing around here. So yes, we are live streaming, gentlemen. So on More on the Road, and that's what we do. We travel around from places to places to talk about the community and what's going on. See, look, they're doing. Brother Nelson, what we got on the grill today?
What we got on the grill today? We got ribs, and more ribs on the grill today.
So you think about Adam and Eve?
Because he did take a rib from Adam and made Eve, but we like the ribs too.
So again, the stuff's just falling off the bone. So they just,
man, they so they make you hurt yourself. And this is all free when we giving it back to the community. This is one of the ways to get back to the community. And I think today we cooked over 80 slabs of ribs today.
So we're finna give away over 80 slabs of rib.
80 slabs.
Now, so you can see the utensils and stuff that we're using around here.
All right.
Now, let's just see how tender it is.
That's tender.
See how just easy to cut off. Not really working too hard. Now see, just walk around, look at the tools, the toys that they have. So again, we're here at 925 West Pearl Street, Jackson, Mississippi, Zion Trial Missionary Baptist Church, where we're just, again, fellowshipping and doing a community outreach here at the community. Just what our pastor, he has challenged us to come out and do is support the community, especially during when COVID. So now you see the barbecue grill. So you may get hit with some smoke. But it's thing heavy. So you see exactly what's going on. So if you are here, so if you are here in Jackson, Mississippi, come on down to 925 West Pearl Street, where we're giving away free food in the community. So let's just take a trip around to see what the ladies are now. So we got the gentleman over here, they're cooking. So we're not going to do too much talking around. So I'm going to get back and finish talking about the show, talking about what we got to do. So again, we're just here fellowshipping in reference to doing what God asks us to do in the community. So I wonder if we can talk to one of the pastors. He throwing me the thumbs up over there. So yeah, I got to go over there and get them. Again, we do not have any copyrights to the music. We're just here fellowshipping with the Lord.
You need the Lord tonight if you just look.
Again, we're here fellowshipping here at Zion Tribe Missionary Baptist Church. Praising God. Giving food. Said we all in the church and still getting away. So now we're going to talk to one of the associate pastors. I know he gave me the thumbs up, so he opened an invitation to it. Reverend Johnson, why are we doing this?
We're doing it because we love the community, number one. Even though it's in the Bible that you should love the neighbor as yourself, but you can't show love by staying in the building. You got to come out, let the people know that we're here to serve them. So it's really about just loving the community. That's really why we out here.
Now, what had God on personally said to you about doing this when the pastor said this is what he wanted to do? Boy, you kind of hesitant, like, nah, pastor, I don't think we should do that. But look, I mean, pastor, I'm with you.
I was with you. I mean, we've always been a church about outreach. So, we go to the prison, we go to the nursing homes, we support Stu Park. So this just was a new way of reaching out. So we were game with it. I was all behind it.
So what is something that you're looking for? What blessings are you expecting God to do more and more of this? Or are you saying like, Lord, this is, are you complacent with what God has here right now? Put it that way.
Well, we want to be able to reach more. We want to be able to collaborate with other churches that's right here around us, and just bring God's spirit throughout these entire neighborhoods to rid it of crime, drugs, brokenheartedness. To support single parents, support children, to be able to support the schools here. So yeah, we wanted to grow into something that makes a large difference for Jackson. So yeah, I'm not content. Yeah, we're not content. We wanted to make it big.
All right, now I know I know we've been here every last Saturday of the month, and now I see more youth coming in. Does that kind of put something on your heart? You see more youth coming out?
Oh yeah, it touches our hearts that the word is getting out. That we're here to provide meals for them, but not just a meal, but a safe place for them to come and to hear gospel music, to see good people. So yeah, when we see the youth come, we know that we're really making an impact because they're the future. So they'll be able to pass this on what they saw us do. So
Yes,
we're excited about it.
I appreciate that, Reb. I know we definitely see you Sunday.
All right, we'll see you Sunday, man.
All right, so now we're finna go inside the church where the ladies are. We're not gonna try to talk to them. We're just gonna let them continue to work. We're just gonna walk around and see the work that they're doing. I'm standing all in the way right now. As you can see, that the work that the ladies are doing here at Zion Tribe Missionary Baptist Church. So they pack them up and they sending them out.
Oh, okay. Look,
All right, again, this is more on the road, but more of the third position, about more and more sports. We're here live at Zion Trail Missionary Baptist Church. Now, I know you see me walking around with the Forest Hill shirt on. Yes, I am a graduate of Forest Hill, a product of Jackson Public School, and I'm proud to say, I definitely walk around my Forest Hill High School shirt, which is now tagged as the University of South Jackson. Kudos to Coach, I'm saying Coach because he was a coach, Principal Hampton, tagging that as the University of South Jackson for Forest Hill. But it is what it is, what it is. So now, I'm about to fall back in the chair. So now we're back here at my stand. So I'm finna switch this camera off. All right, yes, and we are back here we are back here at our station. Here is Zion Tribe Missionary Baptist Church again, where we give God all the praise, honor, and glory. Now, I know that you heard me speak with Reverend Michael Johnson. He's an associate pastor here at Zion Tribe Missionary Baptist Church, 925 West Pearl Street. Definitely come on and tune in. Bible class at 7:15 on Wednesday night. Sunday school at 9 a.m. Service starts at 10:30. So definitely come on down to 925 West Pearl Street here at Zion Tribe Missionary Baptist Church, where we continue to give glory. Now, something that we spoke about in reference to, we've done this every Saturday for the past some last year, a lot last year as well. But this is the first time I've seen more youth here this Saturday. And I know you saw some of the youth as you were walking around, saw youth. That is a good thing. And we applaud that. That's a good thing that we're seeing more youth, because that is something we definitely need to tag into right now. What I want to kind of transition into, and I just kind of heard police siren drive by. Hope everything is good. Well, it wasn't too much of a rush. Just kind of turned the sirens on just to get by. What I definitely want to talk about is just the crime, the youth crime that we're facing right now, the issues that we're facing right now here, not just in Jackson, but I'm stationed here in the Jackson metro area. But so that's why it's dear on my heart to really target the youth crime. There's a lot of crime going on in reference to our youth. And I'm going to classify youth as from anywhere between 17 years of age and under, because once they're 18, they're considered more of an, something was taking place, but not just another police, another sheriff car. That was the Hines County Sheriff officer just passed by. Again, here, 925 West Pearl Street. Pray that everything is well. What we want to target is working with our youth, and I'm taking youth that's anywhere between 17 years of age and younger. Now, as you can see in the background, there's some of the youth which we just fed and provide them a little healthy meal. You saw the ribs and stuff that the general over there cooking. Make sure I definitely get me some. So as you can see, that they're still over there cooking the ribs and stuff, testing it. As a good griller, they got to make sure that they test what they cook to see how it is, and hey, make sure before they give it out to the patrons, they want to make sure that it is good and tender and ready to roll. But now again, while I'm talking to you again, I'm looking at you from me looking at youth anywhere between 17 years of age and younger. However, statistics shows they looking at youth anywhere under the age 21, because 21 is what they consider as more than adult. You're able to do a lot more things when you're 21, all of that stuff. But there has been an increase in crime dealing with individuals from 17 years and younger. But you can definitely show an increase in crime dealing from individuals from the age of 24, 25 and younger. There's an increase in crime in that. And I can say that I've seen, just basically watching on the news and hearing some of the reports that are taking place. Not only just in Jackson. Mississippi News Now, WLBT Channel 3, they just did a report on some arrests that they made in Yazoo City, which is our neighboring county. Yazoo County is our neighboring county. Yazoo City is not too far from Jackson, Mississippi, Hines County. So you see that crime is not it's not just really taking place in here in Jackson. It's all around. It's something that we definitely face. So as a community leaders, as individuals in position, as people in the community, just neighbors, we need to do something to help detour that crime because it is getting ridiculous that we're increasing in crime, increasing um, what am I trying to say? Increasing numbers of going to jail or going to prison. Enrollments in schools are dropping from private schools to public schools. College enrollment has been kind of roller coaster, but it's something that we definitely need to do because we got increasing crime. Failing, where not saying that they're failing, they're not really reaching that mark what they're really standing for because individuals are turned away from it because it's not cool to go to after school program where you're learning and where you're learning to educate yourself, where you're learning how to be good stewards in the community, citizens in the community, where you're learning about some places about the word of God. It's not cool to do those things. They look at it as cool to stand on a corner in the street, talk, yap, jibber jabber. As you can see, the gentlemen here, they're talking, they're conversing about the word of God. They're conversing about different recipes about how to cook, hey, what different type of tools or utensils to use to cook food. So you see exactly what's going on. So we can converse about different things. So why not converse about things that are good that help benefit? Now, yes, you don't see the police here. Now, we invite the police, the patrol, to come here, get them a plate. Now, I know sometimes, as they say, you get some good food. It's gonna really make you tired and sleepy. Sometimes you just want to sit down and relax. So don't want them to eat too good where they sit down and relax, but want them to really to be able to do their job. So I'm telling individuals to definitely support our law enforcement, to support our social service, our firemen, support our social workers, support our educators, support those individuals that are making an impact in the community where they do have their hand on the community. As well as that, sometimes us as parents, we send our youth, our children to school, and hope they're in a safe environment. But we send our youth to school, know that they're good stewards, they're good individuals, but they're still coming to a different environment where that someone coming from a bad environment may bring that same atmosphere to the school building, and it's interrupting the learning process. So continue to stand behind the children to provide them a positive environment so that once they go into a different atmosphere, that they can receive they can receive a good word, or they can receive a positive encounter instead of sending them into an environment where there's always headache and ruckus and destruction. And sometimes it's bad on teachers. And now, so you see a lot of our good teachers, or you see a lot of teachers or individuals don't want to get into education because they got to deal with all the stuff that we're sending to these schools. So definitely stand behind our educators, definitely stay behind our law enforcement, definitely stand behind our firemen, definitely stand behind our social workers, our case managers, the social service industries. Definitely stand behind them and what they do. Wow, that's a whole lot. Again, this is More on the Road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. Uh, Nothing but more is what we do. Again, we're here at Zion Tribe Missionary Baptist Church, where we're fellowshipping and sharing God's word, where we're talking and we're fellowshipping and we're preaching, we're socializing, we're cooking, we're doing some good things here in the community as well. As like I said, we want to help the community. We want to provide nutrition to the community so that they can continue to share God's word, so that they can continue to do what they need to do to be productive individuals in the community, to be productive individuals in society. So and join us here at Zion Tribe Mission Church, 925 West Pearl Street, on the corner of Rose and Robert Smith Parkway. Now, moving along in the show, I said we talked about the youth crime, so definitely individuals definitely don't be there for our youth to help them stop doing it, so they can stop doing this silly stuff, and so we can be productive individuals in society. I want to talk about leadership. Now, there's some good leaders, and there's some bad leaders, and there's some right leaders. Individuals always look at certain professions as they look at how much money that they can make in those particular professions. I say don't look at the profession as that you're trying to look at it for a financial gain or financial standpoint, because you're never truly paid what you really are worth. So I would say look at a profession differently instead of looking at about how much money you can make. Now, you want to make enough money to care for your family. You want to make enough money to care for. You want to make enough money to care for your personal loans, to have materialistic things, or to do things to provide for the family. But again, don't just look at what you do for a career as you're only looking at towards for financial gain, because you're really not being paid what you are truly worth. I'm gonna continue to say this: you're really not being paid what you're truly worth because you are a valuable commodity. Just as I know, it is a meme going around. I'm not gonna sit and say that it is true. I don't know because I'm not there. But it's just a meme going around about Jamie Foxx. Though he suffered a stroke. Now I like Jamie Foxx, the work that he has done. I like all the things. Though he's a talented individual. He plays his role. He plays his role well. So when some of the roles that he played in uh, documentaries, he played another character, and you really see him. It's like, man, that's really how that person acts. Based off of what we've seen of the individual. Now, again, there's a meme going around that's saying that Jamie Foxx, he had a stroke. He was rushed to the hospital. He was out for a couple of days, and he was making a film. And he was making a film, and guess what? They still were making that film without him. They didn't stop shooting. They didn't stop nothing. They still went on. They kind of twisted somehow to where that they did. I guess they did all the part where he was not directly involved, but the show still went on. So that goes to show you now, if this is true, that goes to show you that for one thing, they're not gonna. I hope that the production company, they have sympathy for him, really looking out for his health and things along that line. But that really shows you that the show still must go on, regardless if you're here or not. I'm looking at it both. I'm looking at it two ways. Yes, they should have kind of held off and made sure that he would everything was good. Look at his health, but they go show that we still must go on because guess what? God word still must go forward. Whether we're in church, but we invite you back to come back to a building to church. Whether you're in church or whether you're not in church, whether you're watching it via social media. So thank you guys for tuning in to More on the Road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. If you'd like to be a part of the show, you can definitely log on to website. My contact information is all the information is there with my social media profile. How to get in contact with us, our contact information, the address, all the good stuff is there. Now, God word still must go forward. God will still must be done. Whether you're able to get up and walk around, do something, or whether you can just sit in your corner and pray for those individuals that are out working. Because I pray for the individuals again that are here, they're socializing, they're cooking, they're fellowshipping, they're happy, they're enjoying their time. Again, they're doing what God asks of them to do. So whatever goes on, what's going on. Someone taught me here at this church that leader, you want to do things and train your team to do things that the show still will flow, would not miss a beat, whether I'm here or not. It still must flow. Again, I learned that here from a leader. I learned that here from one of the leaders said that the way he trains his team, that everything still goes if they're here or not. Like what these gentlemen are doing here right now. Our pastor, Dr. Daniel Watkins, he's normally here with us as well. Normally have his truck bagged up here along with his grill, and he's cooking. He is a little under the weather, but guess what? That still did not stop us from doing what he asked of us to do. So that shows good leadership. That shows that the show still got to go on whether he's here or not. Because as he always tell us, he said, no, he's getting of age. Sometimes he's going to go home and be with. So he wants to establish guidance and training in the ministers, which is one myself and other pastors and ministers, that if I'm here or not, that the show still must go on. Don't depend on me being here that you still can't do what God asks of you to do, and which we've trained you, which we've shown, which we've given you directions to do. The show still must go on. So that is good leadership. That is where sometimes what you can take is not about the money that you're making. These gentlemen are not making any money out here. They're not. They're not making any money gain. Actually, they spend money. They're not making any monetary gain. The things that they're gaining is that they're doing the will of God, and God is going to continue to bless those that you do His will. So God is blessing them. So the things that they need, that their desire, God has blessed them. God has provided for them. So that's what they get. That's their money again. They're doing God, blessing them to continue to pray, to wake up early in the morning, to come out and cook and spend money to put together grills and stuff, to come out and stand in front of this smoke, to come out and fellowship. They're doing God's will. That's what God asks of them to do. And so that's what they're here to do, God's will. They're not here to gain money. They're not here to try to get rich, because our riches and glory are lies within it, are in heaven, where streets are paved with gold, where there is going to be, where we're going to be sick no more, where we're going to be good to go, where we're going to, again, we're going to do God's will. That's what they're here for. That's the type of gain that they get, and they're doing God's will. I applaud them for that, and I continue to praise them for that. So that's why I came up out of here and bring it out of here and just continue to praise God. That what provides good leadership. That the show still goes on whether our leader is here or not. That provides good leadership. Now, I want to kind of pivot on in reference to leadership and talk about how some people tell other people to do their job. It's quite funny sometimes. It's quite hilarious how people tell other people to do their job. As a minister, and when I preach, and as a leader and as an educator, I've been a leader, I've been a supervisor, I've been a leader of different different groups within the church. So I've been in leadership role and stuff along that line. And then you have other individuals that tell you how you should do your job. But when you try to put them in those positions, they run from it. Like some people trying to tell the police how to do their job. Now I can say that there are a lot of individuals that are incarcerated at this particular moment because they did not allow the police to do their job. They not allowed the law to do what it's supposed to do. There are a lot of individuals that are in graveyards because they didn't allow individuals to do their job. So allow those individuals in those particular positions to do what they are hired to do and do what they part of their responsibilities. Now, if you don't like what they're doing, why don't you become that particular individual, that position, to learn what they do to do their job? Because if you're saying they're not doing it the way that they're supposed to do it, show them how it's supposed to be done. So go ahead and apply for that particular position or run for that particular office so you can show how it's supposed to be done. Instead of sitting on the back, sitting and then complaining, griping, saying that people are not doing their job the way they're supposed to, why don't you go ahead and do it? Why don't you go ahead and, again, apply for the position, run for office, do something instead of just sitting back and belittling them, sitting in your circles and talking about people doing their job. Again, why don't you put yourself in that position? Now, I've talked, when I was an educator, I was in education, I've talked to students about making a difference. Some people don't like some of the rules that they have at schools. If you don't agree with the rules, don't try to sit there and break the rules. Why don't you run for student government, or why don't you have a meeting with the principal, administration, and just have a converse with them and say, hey, no, this is not like, no, how about we try to do this? Come up with a plan, or come up with an agreement where you can make things happen instead of just sitting back and talking about it, belittling them, and then trying to go recruit other individuals to be in a group where where it can cause a lot of distraction. So again, if you don't like the way some people are doing their job, why don't you put yourself in a position where you can help them to do their job or how it's supposed to be done? That's just my opinion. Like, it's some things that I don't care for. If I don't like it, I'm gonna try to be a part of it, or I'm gonna go talk to the individual. Hey, no, what's your thought about X, Y, Z? Instead of just sitting back in the group, they don't know what they're doing. They shouldn't be in that position. Why are they in that position? They should do it this way. Just like as a coach, I coach as well. I coach, and you hear fans in the stands talking about, put this player in? Why'd you put this player in? Take that player out. Why'd you run that play? You did this. No, you don't need to be coaching. You need to be fired. All right, you go down there and coach. Then. You go down there and work with those players. You go down and encourage those players to do what you advise them to do. Because every time a coach calls a play, they have a certain expectation of what will take place from calling that play. Now, football, every play that you call, sometimes you want to score. You may have some plays that you say, hey, this play is to get me at least a few yards. But if you can score off of it, guess what? You're going to try to score. So, again, that's just how some plays are. They want you to score, but then they don't want you to score. But off a play that you designed not to score, hey, that's 2 thumbs up. Kudos. You might try that again. Again, this is a More on the Road with Bernard Moore III, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. Nothing but more. That's what we're about. Again, we are a management firm. We are our event planning firm, where we assist with advertising, sponsorship, and endorsement deals. We're still working on getting our things back together where we can help professional athletes negotiate contract. We're still working on that, but we put that on hold for right now, and we let our certification elapse. So now we got to go back and reapply. So we'll be back in there soon because I'm very intrigued of what has been taking place, especially in the NFL, with those individuals making those big contracts right now. So I need to get myself back into that industry, and it was enjoyable. I really enjoyed that time. So now I got to get back into it. So if you see me gone for a while, just continue to pray for me. I'm still here. So sometimes we got to go, as I say, sometimes we have to go into our factory and build some things. So I'm probably going to have to go back into the factory for a while and do some things. Then you're going to see me come out gun and come out fighting. But again, back to leadership and telling people how to do their job. So if you don't like the way that they're doing it, why don't you go ahead and put yourself in a position to help them to do what needs to be done. Wow, but that's a whole lot. That was a whole lot. Now, I want to talk about our more moment. Talk about a more moment. A more moment, we're using the word responsibility. It is a noun, so that means that you're responsible. That's something described as a person, almost as an adjective. He's a responsible person. He does it. Responsibility is the state or fact of having a duty to deal with something or having control over someone. As a parent, I'm responsible for my children. As a teacher, I'm responsible for my students. As a pastor, I'm responsible for my congregation. As a leader, I'm responsible for my organization. As a business owner, I'm responsible for my business. Using a sentence that was found in the dictionary, a true leader takes responsibility for the team and helps them achieve the goals. Again, that shows straight true leadership. He's going to take responsibility if they fail or if they succeed, instead of pointing the finger to blaming stuff on somebody. Well, they didn't do this, they didn't do that. A true leader would take responsibility for what takes place. That goes into the fact of the leadership that we're facing sometimes, and you're telling people how to do their job, what they're supposed to do, and then what can cause a lot of issues in which we're dealing with in the city of Jackson. I'm not pointing fingers at the leaders. I'm not calling individuals by name. I'm not calling the name out or who is succeeding and who is failing. We as people, we as a city, we as a county, we as a state, we as a community, we're failing in certain areas. So we need to take responsibility for the areas that we need to control or that we need to make better. One thing is dealing with this senseless crime in our youth. And another thing is dealing with the educational system. So it's a lot that's going on that we need to take responsibility for. So we need to be, as leaders, we need to take responsibility for what we're failing at. So I call on all the leaders, all the followers, all of the standbyers, all the individuals that are looking like what is going on. We need to take responsibility for our own action. We need to take responsibility for things that we can't control. So let's go ahead and take care of the things that we can control so that we can go ahead and get things a little better. Again, there's a lot going on within the city of Jackson right now. I'm talking about events, positive things. You can see these individuals that are out here cooking. We're out here feeding the community. There's a Lynch Street Festival going on right around the corner from here. That's again, our church is now 25 West Pearl Street, right around the corner from Jackson State. I can see Lynch Street. Actually, it's part of Lynch Street from where I'm sitting at right now. There's a graduation taking place at the Mississippi Veteran Memorial Stadium. There's an event going on in Brandon right now. There's an event going on downtown Jackson, not too far from where I am. We're close to downtown Jackson. Take the plunge down where they're scaling down the region's Capitol building to raise funds for the Children's Hospital. So there's a lot going on here in Jackson, but there's a lot of bad things going on as well. So we're going to continue to outshine with the positive things that are taking place so that we can overpower the negative. And the thing I saw a quote, a saying, I may kind of miss a few words, but I kind of saw a saying when I went to the gym, when I go in the morning work out. I said a quote saying something about the moon and the shine do not fight against each other because they have the same responsibility. They're going to shine together. So us as a community, we should not fight against each other. We should definitely continue to shine together. We should definitely continue to shine together, not fight against each other, and work on what we can work on. Because we all have many different gifts, like my quote from my website, the scripture from my website, 1 Corinthians chapter 12, beginning with the fourth verse. There are many gifts, many kinds of gifts, but the same Spirit. There are different gifts, same service. The different, man, I'm quoting wrong. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, beginning with the fourth verse. There are different gifts, but the same Spirit. There are different kinds of service, but the same Lord. There are different kinds of working, but the same God works in all of them. Then jump to verse 11. All these work of one. All these are the work of one in the same Spirit, and He gives them to each one as He determines. So God gives us many gifts. So we have many different gifts and talents that we can all represent. One cause is to help improve our world. Yeah, we got many different talents and gifts, but we got one cause is to help improve our world. Like I said, as you see these gentlemen here, they're cooking, they're preparing a meal. They came out and grilled. I'm not a griller, so I'm just sitting here observing. I'm not a griller. I'm not going to tell you that I'm a griller. I'm not a griller, so I'm just sitting here observing, watching them grill. I may try to pick up the grill here now and then. Maybe not. I may do it. But that's just not that is just not my gift right now that God has blessed me with right now. So it's almost about that time for us to get out of here. Like I said, we definitely try to get in and beat the rain, which we did. Thank you, Lord, for allowing us to definitely have the show. And we beat the rain. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in and joining me this lovely day. Now, I will not forget to say about the events that's about to take place that are coming up soon. So we're still working on them right now. So I definitely want you guys to support out for the Coaching Cancer Benefit Basketball game that's going to take place July the 14th at Pearl High School in Pearl, Mississippi. The Old School Hoop Fest that will take place July the 29th at Lanier High School. And the Holy Patrol Hoops will take place August the 6th at Hillcrest Christian School in Jackson, Mississippi. All the events will definitely take place here in the metro area. Like I said, you can definitely find out more information about the events on my website. You can see the website down www.mms-management.com where we can come on, definitely tuned in and help support. All these events are definitely for a good cause, benefiting cancer, domestic violence, benefiting. I still haven't got the okay from this organization with the Holy Patrol Hoops. I got to meet with them this upcoming week, and we're going to talk about it. Go down and meet with this organization about the Holy Patrol Hoops, which will place August 6th at Hillcrest Christian School. Before we can make an announcement about that, but it is taking place. Passes it in law enforcement, social service definitely going to take it to the court. We're going to ball out. All the games are men and women that possibly probably co-ed, but they are for men and women. So definitely come on out. You can find out more information and visit the website. Thank you guys for your time. Now it's time for me to get out of here, go get some of this good food. I know you saw the different ribs and all that type of stuff that the guys were cooking when we walked around, but time for me to go get some of that. Hopefully they put a plate up for me. Hopefully they love me. So yeah, they love me. So hopefully they did put a plate up for me. Much love to you guys. I'll chat with y'all later. 1 + 1 = deuces.